Old Trafford is falling down. Da, 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 da. Ten Hag is a effing clown. Da, 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 da. Glazers saying 10 more years. Da, 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 da. Husam drinking United tears. Da, 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 da. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We're here to talk about Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3 in their own backyard. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Share this video everywhere as well. And let's just talk about today's game. Let's talk about today's fixtures. Are the Ten Hag outers right? Is there a possibility that it really is the manager's fault 100%? Bruno Fernandes is sending off cost Manchester United today. Bruno Zarat, everyone knows my thoughts on him. We're going to be talking about Tottenham Hotspur as well and their hopes for top 4. So let's just get straight into it. Look, from the beginning, that Brennan Johnson goal set the tone for the rest of the game. From the start, Mickey van de Ven gets the ball from Marcus Rashford, dribbles past like 3-4 United players untouched. No one tries to tackle him. No one tries to bring him down. No one tries anything on him. And it gets past the Man United player, plays a fantastic ball across to Brennan Johnson, who has now scored 4 goals in 4 games in a row. 4 and 4, you guys. Brennan Johnson has got 4 goals in 4 games, which is unbelievable. And he even got an assist today for the second goal. And then Spurs were actually the dominant side even when it was 11v11. And this is why, for me, I'm not basing this just on the red card, because in my honest opinion, Spurs were the better side, were the better team, even when it was 11v11. So even before the sending off, Spurs were the better team. Spurs were creating chances. Spurs scored the goal. So Spurs were leading even with 11v11. Bruno Fernandes goes and commits that tackle, and I like to see the fact that the manager goes, the referee hands out the red card directly. No thinking, no stuttering, no emotions, none of that stuff. Directly, red card, get out of here, Bruno Fernandes. And it was a horrible tackle by Bruno, and he deserved to get sent off. And that's what we want to see more from referees, making decisions in these big games that are the right decisions, that are the correct decisions, and Bruno deserved that sending off. Kobe Mainoo, after that, got injured, making matters worse for Manchester United. And of course, we wish Kobe Mainoo a speedy recovery. I will never celebrate injuries. I've never been the type of guy to celebrate injuries ever. Kobe Mainoo, we wish you a speedy recovery. And we hope he comes back as soon as possible. So we wish him a speedy recovery. And that made matters worse for Manchester United. And after that, it was just substitutions galore. It was just trying to get something done. Mason Mount, Højlund, Eriksen, Diallo, Casemiro, just kind of changing it all up. Ugarte, I thought, had an absolutely dreadful game. Rashford, maybe was a little bit of a spark for Man United, but Garnacho missed the chances. Xerxes, once again, underwhelming. Even today, he was underwhelming. Listen, people like this technical ability stuff. The truth of the matter today is he was underwhelming. And Man United got cooked. Man United got absolutely cooked. They got roasted. They got barbecued. And for me, they deserve to lose this game, because even with 11 men, Spurs were the much better side. And I have to say, from the Spurs perspective, is the one thing that Spurs should be disappointed in is they didn't score more goals. And also, one thing that Spurs should be disappointed in is this game is an indicator of how bad Man United really are, more than how bad Spurs are. Because this was a game in which both sides, we don't know what they're going to do for top 4. We don't know where the direction both of their clubs are headed in. Ainge is a little bit under pressure himself. Ten Hag is under pressure. Some people, named this game El Sakico, El Trashico. They gave it 100 different nicknames. But the truth of the matter today, Spurs deserve to win that game, even with 11v11. Massive credit goes to Brennan Johnson, who actually has stepped up for Tottenham Hotspur. Now, speaking of Manchester United, the question now becomes, and obviously we're here to give an objective view, an objective analysis of the game, and in general, to be honest with you. The question now becomes, are Ten Hag outers right? Because this is obviously, everyone here knows the divide. There are Ten Hag inners, there are Ten Hag outers, there are people who want the manager gone, there are people who want the manager to stay. Ineos gave him a contract. They're talking about winning the league in 2028. And I'm looking at this Manchester United situation. I was one of the few people in the summer that said, yo, listen, I get why you want Ten Hag out. I understand. He won 2 trophies in 2 years, but still, the football is underwhelming. You had a bad finish, worst ever finish in the Champions League group stages, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. So there were valid reasons to sack Ten Hag. Ineos went in the summer, tried to get a replacement for Ten Hag, spoke to manager X, manager Y, did this, did that, and they didn't find a replacement for Ten Hag. So I was one of the people that took a step back and said, you know what? Because there is no manager out there in the market that could make Manchester United significantly better, I understand why they stuck with Ten Hag. I understand why they made the decision to continue on with Ten Hag, to stick with Ten Hag, to stay with the manager. I understand why they did that. But now I'm also looking at it and saying, could this just be like maybe a structural problem? Could this be a managerial problem? And today proves that, you know what, maybe the manager is at fault, because even when it was 11v11, Man United looked like garbage. And when you read like the names that Man United had out there today, Onana, Martinez, Dalot, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Mainu, Ugarte, Bruno, Rashford, Garnacho, Xerxes, it's not like it's a team that, you know, it's going to intimidate Real Madrid or something. It's not. But it's a good team. It's still a team that should be performing a lot better than they are right now. I mean, I don't know where Man United are on the table. Let me just quickly check it. I think Man United are like they're in the bottom half. Listen, first 6 games, 3 losses, 1 draw, 2 wins, you know, and they're in 12th place. And, you know, Ten Hag outers at the end of the day might have a genuine strong point, a genuine strong case for him to get sacked tonight, you know. And the problem once again remains, as per usual, who's going to replace Erik Ten Hag? Who's going to come and make them better? I don't know if hiring Ruud van Nistelrooy would make sense for Manchester United. I don't know if hiring Ruud van Nistelrooy would make sense for them, because they tried that already before with Oli. They tried hiring the former, you know, player. They tried doing all of that, which even if Ruud van Nistelrooy comes in and he rejuvenates the squad and they have 4 or 5 good results, and then everyone says, give it Ruud, you know, we remember what Rio Ferdinand done with Oli. Oh, give him a contract. Let him sign the contract now, blah, blah, blah. I think Man United needed a higher caliber manager. They needed someone like a Hansi Flick. They needed someone who's proven. They need someone who's tried and tested. They needed someone who could actually take this team to the next level. And you know what? Sometimes you have to take your L's in life. Maybe I was wrong that Man United should have kept Ten Hag, because I can sit up here and banter, but sometimes you have to give realistic takes. Maybe I was wrong to say that Man United should have kept Ten Hag, because he's not performing well at all. Now, the problem is, someone might come tell me, Husam, Glasner is a good manager. Yes, he's a good manager. He's done well with Crystal Palace. But at the end of the day, a lot of managers make that step up to a Man United, to a Liverpool, to an Arsenal, to other big clubs, and they just fold and they just bottle it and they just can't perform. So I don't know how long Erik Ten Hag has left. I wouldn't assume that he has a lot of time left on his hands. You know, even the result in the Europa League against FC 20 at home, they drew. So Manchester United are in a very bad moment. Tottenham Hotspur in reverse, you know, obviously they didn't start the season in the best possible way, but now they're having a good run of games. You know, they're getting some good results. Obviously, they beat Man United today. They beat Karabakh. They beat Brentford. They beat Coventry. So essentially, ever since the North London derby at home, they've had 4 wins in a row. So step by step, they're building maybe towards getting the top 4 finish, which I think is going to be a struggle for them. But Solanke as well scored today. Kulusevski scored from a Brennan Johnson assist. So they should be happy. They should be proud of themselves. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Love you all, and we'll see you whenever we see you.